Nandita ma'am, how can we avoid the threat to internet security?
For that, Rajesh, you will need to know about the essentials of cyber security and internet security.
Do you have any information about these?
Sure, Rajesh. Let me tell you more about cyber security now. So far, we have learnt about cyberspace and how information was digitalized. After that, we have learnt about the advantage of computers and how the infrastructure was created. Later on, fiber optic cables, or FOC as we know, were inlaid around the world to make the internet available to around the remote locations of the world. Just after that, CCTV's network, mobile or telecom networks were made operational around the world. Look, Rajesh, cybersecurity and information security are quite different by nature.
Really? I thought they are very much the same.
Actually, no. The cyberspace was created as a medium to facilitate the internet. After that, the development took place, which was used by many people around the world. To safeguard the information shared by the world, the information security system was created. To understand the truth behind the concept of internet security and cyber security, you will need to know how information is used today.
Please explain, Nandita ma'am.
Nowadays, the vast part of the information is collected and saved digitally by using the electronic medium, which is cyberspace. To protect the cyberspace from security threat and to protect the information, two different programs were created. One is to protect the cyberspace, and the next is to protect the information technology. Now, let's first talk about cybersecurity.
Nandita ma'am, what is actually the difference between cybersecurity and information security?
Let me explain, Rajesh. To secure this digitally created cyberspace, experts needs to protect it from any sort of attack from intruders. While when it comes to the protection of information which is shared by people and organizations around the world, it needs to be protected very securely. For that purpose, programs were created which can protect the information from disruption by any intruders. While cybersecurity may be the concern of lesser experts who maintain the digital world, information security is a broader field that is concerned with information and the protection of information, whether it is physical or digital, for the world. Now, Rajesh, to proceed, let's learn about the fundamentals of information assurance.
Nandita ma'am, does that mean we can assure our information that we share with the people cannot fall into wrong hands?
Sure, Rajesh. There are processes by which we can prohibit intruders from accessing our personal data.
Does that mean, Nandita ma'am, we are assured of sharing our personal information to our friends through the internet without any hindrance?
Let me explain to you about information assurance. The steps taken to safeguard information technology is all about the programs created to secure the data from wrong hands. To create that, experts created software which is difficult to access by intruders. To create such software programs, experts first used the basic concepts of information security. After that, programs were created to go through the information technology to build up the understanding of the subject. After that comes the part how to ensure the security of the system. System designers have worked out authentication, authorization, and non-repudiation components on which systems are to be designed. To create exactly that, the experts made 3 components to act as the base to strengthen the system. The first is to stay secure with respect to another. The second is to maintain confidentiality. The third is integrity, to ensure the availability to across the network. These bases or pillars were interdependent on each other. If one goes down, the other fails too. The cyberspace creators made sure that they remain intact. Do you know, Rajesh, how authentication is made in the information world of the internet?
No, Nandita ma'am. Can you explain?
Suppose a letter was sent by your brother or sister to you. How would you know if it is exactly sent by your brother or sister? The only way to recognize it by the handwriting or personal details in the letter, which only your family members know. In the same way, there must be a way to verify the source of a message you have received as an email or other digital sources. To check, the authority programs are created for the authentication. We can define authentication as a security measure which works out the validity of a transmission or message, or its originator, or it is a means to verify whether the individual is authorized to receive particular information. To understand the authentic of the information, experts create panels in the net where you have to provide a personal identification number, better known as PIN. By this PIN, you can carry out online transactions to banks or merchants securely. However, in the digital world, when you receive email, the same factors that are applied to human beings can't be used for message authentication. Rather, it relies upon cryptographic signatures, which is a complex mechanism.
Why is the process fails when it comes to authentication of the mails, Nandita ma'am?
Actually, it does not fails. However, proper authorization is required for the safety and security of the message or information shared.
Does this mean that I need to provide an identity to access any data?
Yes, Rajesh. It is just like visiting a locker room in a bank. If you visit the locker room in a bank, it needs your identity, authentication, and you can only access and open your own locker and not others. By this way, we may define authorization as a process or program for verification of the access privileges granted to you. Now, what do you do when you have to log in to the PC? You will be required to provide the username and password. The system will then make sure that your inputs are authentic. Your identity to the system, or in simple words, showing your identity badge. After authentication, authorization comes into play. You can only access what has been authorized to you. If you are the administrator to the system, then only you have the rights to install or remove software. However, in case the system is used by multiple users and you are just one of the users, you may not be able to do so, but you will be authorized to access your files, emails, or other things stored in the system. Next comes the part of non-repudiation.
What is non-repudiation, Nandita ma'am?
Just by repudiation, we mean denial or blocking the access to any information which is not someone's personal.
So, non-repudiation will exactly mean that only I will have access to the information that is solely mine.
Definitely, Rajesh. Take a simple case. In case you have sent a money order to anyone, not only you need to sign the form, the receiver also had to sign the receipt of the money. Money order worked on the system of non-repudiation. Neither could you say, I did not send the money, nor the receiver could repudiate or claim he didn't get the money. Similarly, non-repudiation system has been designed for sending the messages where both the sender and receiver of the message or email are sure. Non-repudiation may be defined as the assurance provided to the sender of data with the proof of delivery and the sender's identity provided to the recipient, so that neither of them later denies having exchanged or processed the data. Now let's talk about the CIA, Rajesh.
The CIA. What has this organization has got to do with the information security?
Relax, Rajesh. By the CIA, we do not mean the Central Intelligence Agency of America.
Then what does CIA means in the information security in cyberspace?
Realize the factors between the difference between information security and cyber security. If you properly check, both of them depend upon three key concepts known as the CIA triad. C represents confidentiality, I represent integrity, and A represents availability. If you have to become information security professionals, you need to be dedicated to ensuring the protection of these principles in respect of systems under your responsibility.
So, we need to know how to maintain these three concepts by ourselves.
Sure, Rajesh. Then only your personal information will be secure and not fall into the hands of intruders. Now, let's discuss these factors one by one.
Look, Nandita ma'am, I work with a team. How can I make sure that the confidentiality is not breached?
For that, you need to be very aware of your personal information like usernames and passwords that you use to open any sites, whether it is commercial or personal. With the advent of the internet, the term confidentiality has become a very familiar term in our daily lives. When it comes to the information space, confidentiality is defined as an assurance that the information has not been revealed or compromised to an unauthorized person. A sense of confidentiality is to hide and protect the information. As a simple example, take into account the credit cards that we use nowadays. If we share the password of our credit cards with anyone and then suddenly lose the card, then someone who knows the password will misuse the card and the bill will be in your account. Confidentiality attacks are common today.
What about the third factor called integrity, Nandita ma'am?
Now, Rajesh, integrity in the information security systems is all about data safeguarding.
Just how can we safeguard the integrity of our information?
To do exactly that, you need to make sure that your personal data is only accessible by only you and not by anybody else. In the branch of information technology, data integrity means storing data so that no intruders can have an access to anybody's personal data. Just suppose that you wish to transfer some money from your account to someone else through the internet, and some intruder modifies the data in the transit process. Would not it create a situation with tremendous loss besides creating confusion? For this reason itself, the principles of authentication and authorization and non-repudiation is created for the ensure of integrity. Just observe that an attacker can threaten the integrity of data by bypassing an authentication system or getting privileges beyond those normally granted to them. You should also know that software flaws and vulnerabilities can lead to accidental losses in data integrity and can open a system to unauthorized modification.
Definitely, ma'am. With so much security in concern, we should always make sure our integrity is not lost to the wrong hands.
Exactly, Rajesh.
You have also talked about availability as the third factor in the CIA, ma'am.
Definitely. Availability is very much required to maintain your presence in the world of information technology. This means that what you may need just now may not hold the same value to you if it is not available at the right time.
Exactly. That was what I was thinking. All programs need to be designed to safeguard the user.
Yes, Rajesh, this is about availability. Systems must be accessible to users and should not be down or crawling slowly when they are needed. Availability in the information space is the access to data as well as the information services to the users when they need it. The pillars of confidentiality, integrity, and availability in the information space can't hold for themselves without the support of authentication, authorization, and non-repudiation. To maintain availability, you also need to be aware that cyber criminals can pose a threat to your confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Definitely, Nandita ma'am. I will make sure that I remain aware at all times from now on.
That's great, Rajesh. If you can do that, you will definitely be safeguarded from cyber crimes. To go for a recap of what you have learnt so far, just click on any of the buttons on the screen. FOC and CCTVs, fiber optic cables or FOC, were inlaid around the world to make the internet available to around the remote locations of the world. CCTV's network, mobile or telecom networks, were made operational around the world. Cyberspace and information security. Cyberspace was created as a medium to facilitate the internet. After that, the development took place which was used by many people around the world. To safeguard the information shared by the world, the information security system was created. Information assurance. The steps taken to safeguard information technology is all about the programs created to secure the data from wrong hands. To create that, experts created software which is difficult to access by intruders. Authentication. Authentication is a security measure which works out the validity of a transmission or message or its originator, or it is a means to verify whether the individual is authorized to receive particular information. Authorization. Authorization means you can only access what has been authorized to you. If you are the administrator to the system, then only you have the rights to install or remove software. Non-repudiation. Non-repudiation may be defined as the assurance provided to the sender of data with the proof of delivery and the sender's identity provided to the recipient, so that neither of them later denies having exchanged or processed the data. Concept of CIA. C represents confidentiality, I represents integrity, and A represents availability.